Hi. Um, I'd like to talk about my art. Um, Mostly show it off, obviously, as most artists want to. Um, I do tiny art, which um, I guess it doesn't exactly work digitally, um, unless you're just doing, I mean, pixel art, I guess, could qualify as tiny art depending on how small it is. Um, and with digital art, uh, the smaller you get, I mean, there comes a point where it's classified as digital art, or like, uh, geez, pixel art, even if it's not, because you get that small. Um, but I've always had an obsession with tiny things, and especially making them like physically. Um, it probably started it probably started due to my love of stuffed animals. And me and my older sister would always play with our stuffed animals when we were kids. And we were kind of special because we didn't want to play fun games. We wanted to play school. Um, Even when we were out of school over the summer, either she would be teaching me, she would be the teacher, and I would be the student, or we would be the teachers, plural, and the stuffed animals would be our students. And when I was a student, she was the teacher, we could just do normal stuff. Um, she tried, for example, she tried to teach me long division. Um, a few days after I had graduated second grade. So I hadn't even learned about multiplication yet. And you have to do multiplication to do long division. So obviously I didn't get it, but but that, we just did that. I don't know. Um, Teach your children to love learning because then they get fun, weird little memories like that. Like trying to learn how to do long division in a loft bed at like 7 years old. I don't know. It was fun though. I was a very good student to my teacher who was 2 years older than me and also a child in elementary school. But when but when we played with stuffed animals, um, we would be the teachers and they would be the students, and we very quickly learned that you can't just use regular school supplies for stuffed animals because we were into it. We were into it. We would make worksheets for them, like math worksheets or whatever. And then we would give it to the stuffed animal, and then we would be the stuffed animal and like set the stuffed animal up and then hold their hand or paw or whatever like they were holding the pen, and then we would fill it out for them. We were just doing extra schoolwork, like just straight up. We were just doing schoolwork for fun that we made. Um, but it was our stuffed animals doing it. It wasn't us. It was technically our stuffed animals because we had to teach them that because that's important. Your stuffed animals need to learn math. If your stuffed animals don't at least know elementary school math, you didn't parent them right. Like you should really consider the kind of life that you're giving them and the kind of people that you're raising them to be or animals. Because how are they going to make it in the world if they don't know basic math? Obviously, in modern age, they're going to have calculators and phones on them at all times, computers, that sort of thing. Not AI. Don't use AI to do math. That's just, that's what the calculator's there for. Anti AI. No AI. Just to clarify. I'm against AI. If you like AI, stop watching this video. Just leave. I don't want you here. I'm sorry. I'll be polite, but go ahead and be like, you're not gonna like my content. You're not gonna like my stuff if you like AI, because I hate AI. Anyway, basically, um, and math was always it was always math. I mean, we did a little bit of like English, a little bit of science, but it's easier to make math worksheets than English worksheets, so that's just what we did. Um, Autism. But anyway, we instead of using regular school supplies would make our own teeny tiny school supplies for like it started out pretty big, like just folding a piece of paper in half, like a regular copy paper, printer size, 11 and a half by 8 inches, just in half. Just there you go. Um, but I've always been enthralled by pretty much everything tiny. And so over the years, it never left me, over the years. And I sort of took it as a personal challenge to just see how tiny I could go with things, with art, with folding paper, um, with making little tiny books and stuff. And I'll be real, it ends up pretty small when that's your thing. When you're constantly striving to make things smaller, except essays. I can't do that. Little side tangent. I'm literally writing an essay right now, and my intro paragraph, which is, the intro and then your thesis, and then you get into the body paragraphs, it was supposed to be. I planned out like because the assignment had a word count, so I planned out how many words each of the paragraphs should be because I planned things out ahead of time. And I planned the intro paragraph to be 50 words. I wrote my thesis sentence. I mean, it's a thesis statement. It's one sentence long. 67 words. It took me 10, 15 minutes of condensing it and just making it as concise as I could and making it smaller and less wordy. And I got it down to 48 words. So apologies. What? Apologies to my teacher. If this essay comes out longer than it should have, because I'm trying my best, but I have so much to say and I can't just squish it all down. Anyway, back to the actual video. Um, I at first the tiny stuff started with just folding like little tiny folders and little booklets and it kind of evolved. You as you get older you get access to more supplies. So where I would have been where at I don't know 6 years old I would have been using paper and maybe tape. You work your way up to staples because 6-year-old me was not to be trusted with a stapler. Um, you work your way up to other stuff and you get more creative with it. And I have another video. It's my only other long form video at this point in time. As of posting and making this video right now. It's my only other real like long video is my Build-A-Bear book bag. Like, um, and I show all my little tiny school supplies that I've made over the years. Um, I've got little tiny pens and pencils that I made out of paper. It's very fun. You should check it out. Check it out. Um, so that's cool. Check that out. I don't have it with me right now, unfortunately. I'm kind of in the middle of, I share a room, and I'm kind of in the middle of cleaning it, but since I share it, there's two people's worth of stuff in there. It's just very confusing and it's very easy to lose stuff. Um, Hopefully within the next year, um, we're trying to get a like addition added onto our house for my parents to, yes, I live with my parents. The housing market is not it right now, and neither is the job market. So I can't get a job, which is why I'm here right now, because I can't make money. So I'm gonna just do this instead. Not to make money, just because I'm bored. Anyway, my parents are going to add on like a new bedroom for them, and I'm planning to, if if I can, move into their old bedroom. And then my sister, who I currently share a room with, uh, my older sister, she can have our current room to herself. So then, like, we would have our own rooms for the first time in our entire lives. Um, so that'd be great. That'd be awesome. Uh, I love her so much, and we actually get along really well for siblings, but also would love my own space. Anyways, can't find my Build-A-Bear sized school sets and supplies and stuff. It's not actually Build-A-Bear sized. It's just in a Build-A-Bear sized book bag. But the stuff is actually way smaller than Build-A-Bear size. Maybe Beanie Baby size. Or the teeny Beanie Babies. I don't know if you guys have seen those. I have a couple of them and I love them so much. They're like, if Beanie Babies are this big, you can't really tell. If they're this big, the teeny Beanie Babies are like that big. And they're so small, but I love them and they're adorable. Anyway, I gotta like figure out where I'm at. My ADHD meds wore off a few hours ago. Which is why I'm not working on schoolwork right now. Anyway, I kind of evolved over the years from making little school supplies and little books and things to making just straight up art, like just drawing on tiny pieces of paper, which I'm going to show a few examples of, hopefully. Um, I drew, let's see. So this is the size paper I use. It's just a cut up index card. It's on. I know the camera's not focusing. I'm sorry, it's my face is in screen. Okay, well, maybe not. I don't know. Sorry if it won't focus. It's this big. It's a little under an inch by an inch. So this is 1 inch by 1 inch squares. That's what that is. And this is my regular drawing. The 1 inch by 1 inch I actually use for origami. And I use the smaller ones for drawing. Which actually I have some of the origami right here. So I have very limited origami skills, but what I make well and a lot of. So I've got a little butterfly here. Jeez, the camera focusing is terrible. Okay, well, I've got a little butterfly. And I've got a little heart. That's like one of those sticky note hearts, but just sized down. I used to do all my origami with sticky notes. I never did big regular sized origami. So I guess that made it easier to transition to small to tiny origami since I was already used to pretty small origami. I've got a dinosaur here. Hold on, let me put him on my shirt so you can see. He's like tiny. Yeah, little dinosaur. He stands up. Um, and of course, the origami crane, normal origami stuff. I've actually got like a half-made crane right here that I kind of like, I guess I gave up on at some point or another. Um, anyway, and I've this past year, I've done actually bigger art than I usually do, which is this size that I showed you before, the tiny size. Geez, we're really not going to focus on it, are we? Okay, hold on just a second, and I'm going to switch cameras to a camera that will zoom in. And then we can, I can show you the tiny art, the the actual art pieces. So, just a second. Okay, I've got the other camera set up. So, I got this camera. It actually has like really, really bad quality, like normally, but it has pretty good small quality, like tiny. So there's my nail. Just, it's chipped. Oh, don't look at that. It's chipped. Okay, and my little ghosty nail. So this is one of the, I guess, less intricate pieces that I've made. Um, it's it's just some regular abstract art. I do a lot of that. Um, and then we've got some other art. This is my one of my only colored little arts, actually. So there's my little firefly. I did that for like an art gallery thing, and then I never got to turn it in to the art gallery. I forgot the deadline and it never got turned in. Same with a few of these. So that's why it looks like it has effort put into it. Um, let's see. I don't know if you guys know the two-headed cow poem, the two-headed calf poem. It is beautiful to me. I think the words are backwards on there. It's okay. It just says there are twice as many stars as usual, which is a part of the poem. Um, and then I went through a little phase where I did biblically accurate angels. This was my very first attempt, actually, at a biblically accurate angel, and it actually turned out pretty well. Um, I made some bigger ones after that to practice, before I went back to the small ones, and uh, I think they turned out better, but obviously I like it still. I'm showing it off. Um, I did that kind, and I don't actually know the names of them. But I did that kind, and then I did this kind, the one that's just a ball of eyes. I love them. They're so fun to do for me. And so I did a little. And just to put in perspective, again, how small this is my nail, my non-chipped nail. This is my finger. Um, here's my thumb. Like, they're very small. And this is probably the most intricate, like, biggest piece I've made. Biggest and most intricate. Um, and I've got that one. So I used, oh geez, let me look at it and see. I use a specific pen. It says micro line pen 003.
It's about, oh, dang it. No, I can't even remember what size it actually is. Here it is. And there's the tip. You can't even see the tip. Oh gosh. Yeah, there's the tip. Zoom way in. So that's the pen I use. And again, next to my finger. Um, Usually when I show off my tiny art, people are like, "Oh my gosh, what pen do you use?" And I have to be like, "The tiniest one I can find." I have to buy them off Amazon because micron pens are stupidly expensive nowadays. And I don't know. I can't afford that. I don't have money.
Okay. The the camera situation would be way easier if I had an extra USB port on my laptop. I'm using my laptop. Because I'm too broke for a PC. I'm too broke for a monitor. This is my other camera that I was using. I got it for $2 at McKay's. Same with the webcam I'm using right now. Um, it's weird and I don't actually know how to work it. I don't know what this thing's for. And yeah, but it zooms in like really well, which I think it's meant to. It says megapixel digital zoom on it, so I guess it's only meant for teeny tiny things like my art, which is perfect. Um, but it genuinely sucks. It's just a regular camera. I bet I could. Hmm. Hold on, just a second.
Think it's meant to be zoomed in on. I don't think it's meant to be a regular camera. This is as focused as it gets, actually. Oh, geez. I'm so white. Oh, geez. Oh my gosh. I'm blinding you. I'm so sorry for blinding you. Camera's over here. I keep forgetting. Um, yeah. But like the closer it gets, the more focused it gets. What is that on my finger? Oh my gosh. And get rid of it. See? Like actually focused up here and then this. That's not that's not related to this video at all. I'm so sorry. I'm just well,
All right, I think I probably rambled at you long enough. If you watched through this whole video, thank you for watching through this whole video. If you made it to this point, unless you just skipped to the end to this point, which would be just really weird, honestly, because you missed the whole video. Um, I mean, most of it was side tangents, but you know. Anyway, thank you for watching. Um, I hope to make more videos, less rambly videos. Um, but I will have to find the time to do that. And I am currently working on finding a job, doing schoolwork, and possibly doing commissions. Um, I know I haven't actually posted much like actual like digital art that I do on YouTube here, but I have an Instagram. I have two Instagrams actually. I have a personal Instagram and a business Instagram that's for when people hopefully commission me and or do tarot like commission tarot readings because I do those as well. And my tarot readings are actually super good and like discounted compared to regular tarot readings because I don't do like in person or like Google Meets like video calls. It would be completely over text or Discord or I don't Instagram DMs or Tumblr. I have a Tumblr too. They're all the same name. It's always dish soap bubbles. It depending on the app, it's a hyphen or an underscore between the words. They've always got it's always got three S's at the end, dish soap bubbles with three S's, except for my business Instagram, which has two S's because it was already taken by my original Instagram account. I do tarot readings, pretty cheap. I charge a base fee of like $5 and then like per card, instead of for your time. So you're not going to be paying $200 for a session. You're going to be paying, I mean, honestly, it's up to you depending on how many cards you want me to read, but I don't know, 20, 30, not that much. So there's that. There's always commissions. Again, check out my other um social medias to check out my art. I have the most art on my Tumblr, which if you go to my Tumblr, Dish Soap Bubbles Tumblr, in my pinned post, I have a list of all my other blogs, and I have a drawing blog that has all my art on it. So check that out. I would be very happy. And even if you don't want anything, you're always welcome to DM me. Uh, and I don't know, just be like, hey, I like this, or hey, I saw your YouTube video where you rambled about art and math and schoolwork. That's all I really did in this video. But yeah, check me out. And I mean, on most things, if you follow me, I'll follow you back. It doesn't really work that way on YouTube as much, but like on Instagram and on Tumblr, if you follow me, I'm following you back just because I like to make friends. Preferably not in person, because I'm super awkward in person, which is why I don't do video calls. It's I'm I'm already awkward in this video, actually. I'm just less awkward because I'm talking to myself on screen. Hi me. And hi you, because you're watching. Um, so I'm going to turn this video off before I keep talking. Before this video is an hour long. I'll hopefully make like video essays about stuff. But I haven't quite figured out all the like computer part of that yet. I don't know how to make a video and record my screen at the same time. So, like, obviously, I'll figure that out eventually, but uh, that'll probably be when I don't have 8 essays to do first. So, yeah. Anyway, yeah.